I have this new light. I don't know if I like it like that. I'm finally in my spare room. My bed's really creaky and annoying though, but whatever. All right. So I definitely have some messages to share from the other side, from Spirit. Hello everyone joining in. And hello everyone watching the replay. So, want to share my experiences. Yesterday, me and Jess did mushrooms. And it's something that I've been feeling called to. I haven't done it in a long time. Last time I did it, I was definitely not on the level that I'm at now. And there's been a few people around me that have been doing it. And I finally was like, okay, I see the connection. I need to go in and I need to do this and I need to do this the right way. So we call it in terms working with plant medicine. And, you know, me and Jess went in, we did a little ceremony, holding space, like basically protecting the space, going in and just receiving information. I'm not doing this shit to fuck around. This is not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the work that I do. I mean, it was fun too. It wasn't like I was having like you know what I mean? Like it wasn't all serious all the time. But it's definitely something that I'm going to continue to do, and I'm going to share whatever. If I feel like it's something that is for the collective, I will share it with you. So I want to share some of my experiences and some of the messages that I received while I'm in. So first of all, when you go in, you're totally in the astral realm. If you've never done this before, you are like, you're stepping outside of yourself. And the more that you do, the more you go in deeper. It's like, this is why I'm going to continue to do it. Because there's definitely a connection with me and this plant and working with it in a sacred space. So, first off, it's a great way to receive answers and confirm messages that you've been feeling, hearing, or seeing, and you know your ego gets in the way and you're not so sure as to, oh well, is it an illusion? Because there's a lot of things going on the planet right now where there's a lot of illusions being thrown at us in the astral plane. And when you go in and you do this in a sacred space, you're more protected and you'll see right through the veil. So I was actually asked, like I asked Spirit, so what about this person? What's the intention here? And it's crazy how you can see and feel people's intentions way more because you can tap into their field, and you're not tapping in a way where you're being invasive. You're tapping in a way where you need to see or feel the answer. So I was doing a little bit of that with some personal stuff. And one of the things that really stuck out to me the most with this experience, and I really need to share this because people need to hear this because I've been talking about this, and it's a little bit more information as to what is going on in the other realms. So, surprisingly, one of my friends came forth who passed away. He passed away from an overdose. And me and Jess have a whole bunch of friends who have passed away from the same thing. They've overdosed, living the crazier lifestyle, and it caught up to them, and now they are on the other side. And there was a bunch of them there as well, but there was one in particular friend, and I'm not going to name his name. If you're in our inner circle, I will be telling you all about this more in detail. But for now, I'm making it, he's here right now. Like, he is like, you need to tell these motherfuckers right now what is going on. So, I was sitting on Jess's couch, and he was on the right side of me for at least an hour, and I was communicating with him. So I already do mediumship as it is, but whoa, did you see that? That was weird. I don't do it often because I don't like to connect to that realm. I just don't feel connected to talking to people that crossed over that much. So I it's not that I ignore my ability, but I tune it down. So I can tell when people are around me that I've crossed over, but and like I'll communicate with them, but this was on a totally different level because I was open to that, and we kind of knew that they were going to come in. So, but I didn't realize I was going to be talking to this particular person while I was doing the plant medicine. So he came forth and he was next to me, and I could feel his energy, and I felt a lot of frustration, and I'm even feeling it now because he's like, yeah, it did look like that. So, first of all, this person is definitely a warrior energy. He is somebody who is extremely loyal, and when he was alive, he was somebody that would kill for a friend. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't afraid of anything. You know what I mean? He wasn't afraid of anyone. Like he would get in a lot of fights. I've seen this kid fight a lot of people. Some of them, you know, he was just being a punk ass, and then other people deserved it. It was like the group of people we were around. Like he would put people in their place. Sometimes he would go a little bit overboard. But one of the things that I always loved about this particular person is that he was real. You know, he would literally be like, no, this is how it is. You know what I mean? Like, no bullshit with this kid. And he was wild. He was crazy. Like, you couldn't tame this kid, you know? And he stopped doing drugs for a long time. And then all of a sudden, I guess he relapsed. And now he's on the other side. So he came in. And I was like, whoa. And I'm even feeling really weird right now with this because I'm connecting to it again. And it's a hard message. So give me some time if I need to tap into this. He told me that he wasn't supposed to cross over. He wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to stay in this physical reality. His death was an accident by the choices that he made. But when he came down here, he was supposed to be here longer than he was. So he was showing me what happened. And I was like, ooh, this is something that people need to know. And he wants me to tell you guys this. So let's just say this. The other people that crossed over, they were meant to leave. Like their souls were ready to fucking go. They were like, I've had it with this place and I need to be on the other side to do the work that I need to do, because it was basically like their souls were like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be here anymore. I feel like I can do more on the other side. This person, no. He was making it very clear last night that his life got cut short. So he was showing me what happened. And I actually talked to one of my other friends today who was close with him, and he confirmed a little bit more. So this person was attacked in the astral realm. Because I saw the apparition that came in and started connecting to him. This apparition started throwing temptation in his face. And because his energy was very strong in the physical realm, but because he wasn't doing the high level spiritual work, he couldn't release that. He couldn't discern between, oh my God, this is going to be a really bad choice if I fall into this temptation, or I need to make the right choice and continue to live my life. He didn't have the strength, in his soul didn't have the strength in order to say no to that, in order to be resilient to that energy. And one of my friends told me that he was messing around with psychedelics as well. I don't know how long, but he was doing it in a way where he was drinking and so on and so forth. And then that led to whatever happened with him. And I don't know the details. When you do any type of drug or anything, and you don't protect yourself, even when you guys see me in the Salem video and I was drinking wine, and I don't really drink that much, I blessed the wine before I drank and I protected myself because I don't fuck with anything Nothing is going to come in my field because I will not allow it. And my energy is very strong and powerful. So I'm like a beacon to things in the astral realm. So he's like telling me right now, like, you know, people need to be careful what they're putting in their bodies now. Because remember, if you go back in the videos before, I was telling you, shit's going down on the other side. Shit is going down in the astral realm. And if you don't know how to protect yourself and you're literally opening up your field, you are inviting in energies that literally, as of now, don't have anywhere to go. Like, usually these energies have little homes or places where they can go in other dimensions, and the dimensions are shifting and merging. So now a lot of these energies are kind of just floating around in the ether, and they're waiting to pull humans in. So that's just one end. So like, if you're doing anything that alters your reality or alters your consciousness, you really need to fucking protect yourself now, especially if you're doing this work. If you're watching my video, you are connected to the other realms. I don't give a fuck if you're like, I don't really know because I'm fucking this and that and blah, blah, blah. I don't care. If you're fucking watching my videos, you little bitch. Just kidding. If you're watching my videos, you are connected. You are intrigued by the other realms. If you're liking my shit, you know what I mean? If you're following me, you are connected. I don't care how much you know or you don't know or what you say you believe in. Ashley is all about the other realms, okay? That is what I am activating you in. So if you're like, wow, I really like this girl, but I don't know what she's talking about half the time, you're there. Like, you got one foot in there. So you need to fucking be careful what you're fucking around with. That's message number one. If you're gonna, like I said, I'm doing plant medicine, but I'm protecting myself. I'm going to go in deeper, and my friend who does it, he's on the video, he's going to help me go a little deeper because I'm not going to fuck around with anything and not be in a safe space. So that's message number one, because I'm telling you right now that as we shift into 2021, this energy is going to latch on to humans even stronger. So you need to really connect with your energy field and what you can and cannot handle. You need to fucking honor that, okay? Because there's shit out there that doesn't want light workers here. And that was the thing that I saw. So like, when he was standing next to me yesterday, he was like, yo, and he showed me this thing. And it looks like an apparition. I couldn't see it. It just looked like a shadow person. And he was like, this was the energy that made me fall into these wrong choices. He still had a choice. He didn't have to listen to that energy. He didn't have to fall into that energy. But because he wasn't strong enough in the spiritual sense, he was strong in the physical reality. Very strong person. His spirit is still strong. But he wasn't tapped in on that level. And this energy got to him, and that's what made him fall. And that's why he's on the other side. And he's like, right now, like, to me, it's almost like, I feel like he crossed over and he's okay, but his soul kind of pedaled back closer to this reality because he still has work that he needs to get done. So like, he's told me that he's going to be working through me and my other male friend and Jess. So, and he's like, I need to work with you guys because I have a contract that I need to fulfill and I need to get this work done. Like, this is why I came here. Like, he doesn't want to just go out on the other side and chill. He's mad. Like, he's like, I can't believe I'm not there right now, because he's a warrior. And the other thing that he was telling me, so like, here's another message that he was telling me, is that you don't know how lucky you are to be alive. And he's like, I want you to tell people that. Like, you don't know how lucky you are to be alive. And he's even like, and I feel like this is him sometimes when I'm really tapping into this energy, is like, he's like, yo, these motherfuckers are just wasting their time. Like, there's so many people that are on this planet right now, and they're not doing the work that they were contracted out to do. And he's like, I wish, and it's like, like the frustration I could feel is like, I wish that I was there right now, because I would be holding it down. I would be holding it down on the planet. He's like, I'm a real dude. I'm a real motherfucker. There's not a lot of people out there that are real. And I was having this conversation with my friend today. He's like, there's not, like, a lot of people are fake as fuck. And he was like, I should be there. I should be there right now. You know what I mean? And I'm not. And he's like, I'm so glad that you're like giving these people these transmissions about how much fucking time you're wasting about like what someone's gonna think of you, or fucking, you know, oh, you know what? Another thing too, like, oh, I gotta go get fucked up tonight because I don't know what to do with myself, or I'm fucking bored, or this or that. Like, this is all distractions. This is all part of the illusion. And when I was, you know, in that realm, another thing that was coming through is, hang on, I'm trying to tap back into this. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. My little cackle. I kept hearing, for me, like, my higher self was like, I'm so real, it hurts. I'm so real, it hurts. Like, I'm so real that it hurts your reality. And the more that I step up and step into my power, I can feel people backing off and backing away from me. But I'm not here, like, and I always say this, I'm not here for fake fucks. Like, I'm here for people that are real, and they need somebody to open that container to that real and raw world. That's who I am, and that's what I'm tapping into, and that's what I was seeing when I was tripping, is like, I just need to keep moving towards that and keep going and keep being that fire and keep being that strength. Because with him, he's like, yo, there's not a lot of real people. People are just fucking fake and frauds. And even people that are trying to be real, even people that think they're being fucking real, aren't. Because you're not pulling in your authenticity. And it's not even like pulling in your authenticity. It's being that. And everyone talks about fucking authenticity. But I'll tell you right now, 85 to 95% of people that like, I'm authentic and I'm this and that, like, they're not. Because they're trying. You're trying. You're fucking trying too hard. You can't try to be real. You just gotta be real. And you gotta fall back and you gotta fall into that and fucking be that. And that's a lot of my friends that are dead were that. They were real motherfuckers. And there was energies here that didn't want them here. And there was an energy that specifically didn't want him here and fucking was like, I'm gonna get this kid and I'm gonna take him out of here. And that's what's in these realms. So like when I'm talking about all the shit with the mental illness that's gonna go on in 2021, that's what their job is to literally tap into your field and pull you out of this reality and pull you away from who you are so you can't be in that real and raw container. And a lot of you really need to think about that. And like I was like getting like really like falling into myself last night, and I'm like, I don't know, I was kind of getting like aggravated, you know what I mean? Because I want to be around real people, but a lot of people are so afraid to be real and raw. And then, so here's more with the real and raw. So like at the end when we started coming down, Jess was like, you want to watch Vikings? And I'm like, of course I want to watch Vikings. So you all hear me talk about Vikings. So I'm like, all right. So I asked, I'm like, I want to know why. Show me more about why I'm so attracted to this show and so attracted to this energy. So first of all, I know I was a Viking in another lifetime. Like that is, me and Jess were definitely Vikings. Like we were definitely Viking warriors. Male or female, I don't know. We could have been both. Like I feel like we probably would have incarnated and been like, hey, let's fucking do this again. But with the show Vikings, like I was listening to them talk last night while I was watching it. And I was like, this is why I like them. This is why I'm so attracted to them. And the other day in one of my posts, I was talking about small talk. You know, when people fucking bullshit with you and they try to have fucking conversations and it fucking doesn't mean anything. And I was like, I don't fucking small talk with people. I mean, I will to like be nice, you know, but if you're trying to have like a full on like small talk conversation with me, that doesn't, no, like that's not who I am. I'm very like, let's have a deep conversation and go into something that's really meaningful and heart connected. Like that's how I connect with people. I'm stimulated by conversation. Like I like to have in-depth conversation with people because that's how I connect with people. If I can connect with you on that level, like that's how I know that you're somebody that I want to be around. So with Vikings and watching that show, they don't use big words. I noticed when the Vikings were speaking. I noticed when, you know, you go more to the Anglo-Saxons and the way that they speak. It's like beating around the bush with the Anglo-Saxons. They were like, and you could see it in them. Like when they would do the comparisons, it was all ass kissing in England and the hierarchy, and there was no loyalty. That's one of the things why I like the show Vikings, because they show in the Viking culture that there was a lot of loyalty. I mean, there was still backstabbing, but you could tell in the characters, like even Ragnar and Floki's connection, they were very fucking loyal to each other because they were real motherfuckers. Like when they would speak to each other, they would tell each other the truth. You know, like I remember in one of the scenes we were watching last night when Ragnar was fucking the princess girl and she went and sat at the table when she came after she was pregnant. And she said to Bjorn, Ragnar's son, she was like, oh, you know, me and you made a connection under the big tree. I don't know how to say it, the drizzle tree or however you say it. Jess is going to yell at me because I'm going to say it wrong. And Bjorn, who was 13, was like, no, we don't have a connection. I'm not connected to you at all. Because Ragnar basically cheated on his mom with that lady. And he was just basically like outing her right away. Like, no, we don't have a connection. I don't feel fucking connected to you at all. Like, bye, bitch. You know what I mean? There was scenes in that show where I was noticing last night that they were very fucking real with each other. And everything was straight to the point. There was no bullshit. There was no small talk. There was no like, let me try to fucking schmooze you. And everything now is like, let me try to smooze you and let me try to manipulate you and let me try to make you believe this. And let me use all these big words to make you feel like I'm someone fucking important because I'm up here and you're down here and I want you to believe this fucking thing that I'm trying to tell you. That's not how the Viking culture was. It was literally showing up. Either you're a warrior or you're a farmer or you're a fucking snake, and they would out the snakes in their community. Like that's what they would do. You did something fucked up, you were done. They would chop your fucking head off. There wasn't any manipulation or this and that. Like that's what they would show in the show. And it was, you know, you show up, you're a warrior, you're respected. You do the work. You fucking fight for your people. It wasn't complicated. It was more simple because they were simple people, but they were real and straight to the point. There was even a scene when Lagertha was fighting with Ragnar because she knew that he fucked the princess, and she was like, what happened? And he goes, yeah, I had sex with her. He looked her dead in the face, was like, yeah, I had sex with her. Now, in our society, in our reality now, usually it's like, oh, well, no, like lies. Just straight lies. Like, oh, well, you know, like bullshit. Oh, you're fucking crazy. I didn't fucking do that shit with her. That's how men are now. A lot of men are like, oh, you're fucking crazy. What do you mean? Blah, 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 blah. He was straight up with her. He's like, yeah, no, I had sex with her. Looked her straight dead in the eye. And he was like, but I'll never do it again. That was a lie. But maybe he didn't know that he wasn't. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think at that time that he knew that he was ever going to see that woman again. So he was like, it'll never happen again. But that's how they were. You know, there was even another scene in the show where Ragnar was talking to one of the dudes in England because they ended up having to fight a war together. And the guy was trying to have small talk with him, and Ragnar looked at him and he was like, I don't like you. Don't talk to me. And I'm like, this is why I'm connected to the show. I'm connected to the culture of people being fucking real. And even when I was talking to my friend today about the guy that I feel coming into my life and the guy that I want, it's that kind of character because that's who I am. And I was like, I need to be with a guy who's really fucking strong, really tough, like, and real, and appreciates my real and raw authenticity. You know? Because a lot of men are fucking intrigued by me and they're attracted to me, but they could never handle me. And that is the fucking reality of it. And he was like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, a lot of dudes are bitches. And I'm like, I know. And he's like, honestly, like, you're fucking... He was just like, you're more real than a lot of men that I've met. And I'm like, I know. And I feel like this is another thing that I've been tapping into is I feel like I'm supposed to work with a lot of men because I'm real and because I can help them tap in to that inner Viking, to that inner warrior. Like, you don't have to be that dude that's a snake and a pretending that you're this and that. So there was a lot that came through during this transmission, and there's, you know, I'm going in again. I'm not going to tell you when because I don't want to tell people when I'm doing it or what. I'm just going to show up and share the messages. But, you know, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of illusion in our reality. And sometimes it's really hard to see through it. But I guess the main message here today, I feel like, was from my friend who crossed over, is you don't know how fucking lucky you are to be alive. So don't waste your time here. Because a lot of you are wasting fucking time. So don't do that. You know, you're wasting time on trying to fucking solve problems that you could never solve. You're wasting time on trying to find truths about something that doesn't mean shit in your life. You're wasting fucking time being something that you're not. And a lot of you are wasting time escaping into a reality that doesn't even exist by getting fucked up or being bored or fucking not doing the shit that your soul came here to do. And there's people that are on the other side, like my fucking friend, who wishes that he was here right now because he knows that the world needs more men like him that are fucking real, that are raw, that are fucking authentic. Because a lot of men are falling into this, I don't even know, being a bitch and a liar and a fucking fake dude who can't even own up to his shit. And a lot of women are falling into a trap of feeling like that they need men and that they ain't shit without a man, or they gotta get married by a certain age, or they gotta do a certain, you know. There's so much that you're not seeing when you're trapped in this 3D program. And it's sad. It's sad. So I'm constantly here to remind you all. And I think that's it. I think that's it for tonight. So I just want to plug my superhuman program right now. This is a high-level program that I'm doing. This is definitely something that is going to pull you the fuck out of this shit reality that we're in. Pull you right out of your illusions. It is an investment. You can check the link in the bio. If I put this on Facebook, it'll be in the... I don't know. It'll be somewhere where you can check it. But... yeah, I had to speak my truth tonight, and he's been around me all day, He's like, you better fucking tell them this message. So just know that sometimes people aren't meant to cross over so quick. It's not always, sometimes people's souls are done and they've just had it and they have to get out of this reality. And at other times it's something takes them out of this reality. And sometimes it's something that is dark and sees the light within that person and is like, I'm going to take them because they're here to make a change and I don't want them to fucking do that. All right. I'll see you guys soon. I hope you all have a good night. I'm really tired because I really didn't get sleep last night. So, like I said, I'll continue to share these messages when I go in because this is something that I'm taking seriously and I'm going in to receive messages for myself and to share messages with you all. All right, I'll see you soon. Have a good night, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this. And, if you have any questions or comments, put them under the video. Tag me in it. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know how you feel about this. Good night, everyone. Bye.